Morning, 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 morning. Hey everyone, how are we? Hope you're good. I'm just going to get some links set up and I will be with you in just a minute if you can be patient with me. How's everyone's week going? I know it's only Tuesday. I've managed to tear a muscle in my shoulder and I'm out for a couple of weeks in terms of lifting anything with my upper body, which is kind of shit, but it's probably the earth, God's way of telling me that I need to slow down a little bit. So I've managed to, enjoy a bit of a pullback on the injury, but it is what it is. We move on from that. It's going to happen if you do train uber hard all the time, and if you don't give yourself enough rest, it's kind of like the worst way to really give yourself some rest is by getting injured or sick. They're probably the two worst ways. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of rehab for a while, but I'll get through it. I'll definitely get through it. So, nevertheless, we'll move on. Anyway, welcome on for another episode of Q&A with 25 questions that you guys have been asking me over the last couple of months. Well, sorry, weeks, not months, days. I would like to spice things up today. We've got a few really good ones in here that hopefully will provide you with a bit of value and just give you a little bit of extra motivation or discipline to get through and do your transformation process. So let's get started. As always, if you are watching me live, can you put hashtag live or say hello when you jump on? Let me know if I'm definitely visible. I'm pretty sure it looks like I am. Hey, Taz, good morning. How are you? Hey, Mark, how are you, buddy? Yeah, and if you are watching the replay, just let me know if you got any value out of it. All right, I have 3 minutes to eat. What should I grab that's not a muffin or my kids' crusts? That's a great question. I like to be prepared when it comes to going on the fly. I like to have plenty of protein bars, especially like when the shopping centers go on sale. I'll go and buy up bulk. I know Terry's watching. He's a big fan of doing that too. So I always make sure that I have adequate snacks around that are going to benefit me. Aldi have a great range of pouches of custard that have got high protein. Hey, Chris, how are you, mate? Good morning to you too, buddy. So if you're prepared with things like boiled eggs and fruits, healthier versions of chips and things like that, you can take them on the fly. Cottage cheese and berries is really good. But if you are prepared, you don't have to worry about going for the cheeky snacks. Hey, Carms, how are you, mate? So for me, it's about being prepared with adequate snacks that are going to fuel your transformation process. Leftover protein from the dinner last night is an adequate snack. So, you don't have to grab muffins or anything like that. Just be prepared, have plenty of protein bars and stuff around, and you'll be totally fine. My knees hurt every time I squat. Am I broken? It sounds like me. No, probably not broken. You're probably just tight, or your mobility's not real good, or maybe your form's shit. So I would go back to basics with that, and I would look at mobility first, of trying to build up some strength around your knee joints. Try box squats or wall sits or goblet squats, or elevate your heels. They're good ways of relieving a bit of tension in the knees. Usually, sore knees are from you need to strengthen your glutes and your hips a little bit more, and your adductors. If you've got stronger glutes, hips, you'll have stronger knees. So technically, I would just go back to looking at my form first and foremost and seeing if that's okay. And then I would try start working on a bit of mobility to make sure that I can strengthen the area around my knees. Most people when they get to the age of 40 or 50, you got to remember you've been thrashing yourself for a very long time and your knees are going to start to hurt. So let's just make sure we don't ego lift and we use form as the guiding factor. Is it bad to eat the same thing every day, even if it's healthy? No, it's not bad at all. I'm a creature of comfort and convenience, and I like to make sure that I have pretty much the similar meals every single day. I eat the same breakfast and pretty much the same lunch from Monday to Friday, even on the weekend sometimes. Why? Because I know the calories and I know the protein content, and that suits my busy lifestyle. So I'll be able to grab things on the fly. I like to have a minimum of 3 or 4 minutes to get my meals made. So I want to have pre-cooked chicken and bags of pre-cut salads in the fridge. Oats are very handy, protein powders and things like that. So if it helps you stay on track and it makes it easier for you to dial in on your nutrition, then it's totally fine. Just don't let it become boring. That's when it becomes complacent, or you'll just start eating shit. That's technically what happens. So if you've got a few go-to meals on the fly that you love to do, keep them on rotation, keep it easy, keep it enjoyable. Just be predictable, not punishing. How do I stop using my food as stress relief? Uh, I, I once read, I think it was a psychologist about food, and they said build a stress toolkit that isn't food related. So, like walking or journaling or breath work or meditation or listening to music or a podcast or something like that. So, if you've got a stress toolkit that you can go to when you're feeling anxious or you are highly stressed and you know you're going to go reach for the nasty stuff, try and build a stress toolkit. Hey, Alex, how are you? Have something that's going to benefit you physically. That's the thing that I like to go to. Walking's great for that reason. Putting on a podcast. Sometimes if I've had a busy day in the morning, I'll grab a wrap for lunch and I'll just go for a walk for half an hour or 45 minutes and put in a podcast or something that'll just take my mind off things. Most of the time, if you are reaching for the nasty stuff, ask yourself the question, are you hungry or are you bored or are you feeling something else? Stress will always come. Food doesn't fix it. It just delays it. It's like alcohol, right? It just suppresses it for a moment and gives you a little bit of gratification. If you can make some comfort meals with better ingredients, like you can make healthier brownies and healthier cookies and stuff like that, then you can use that. But sometimes there's a deeper emotion connected to the food. So a stress toolkit can really, really help. How can I work out with my toddler crawling all over me? Bodyweight squats, hip thrusts, shoulder press, anything like that's called parent powerlifting, right? So use them for weights, use them for resistance training, turn it into a bit of fun with the kid, dancing and walking and stuff like that. So if they're on you, make it resistance training, okay? Make it resistance training. What do I feel like I need to start again every Monday? Like, again, people have this perception that Mondays are, oh my God, it's Monday again, it's the start of another week. It's just a day. It's just a day. You don't have to start on Monday. You can start Wednesday, you can start Saturday. If you're being too restrictive and unrealistic, it's going to make it feel like a burden. What's that saying? Your fall off isn't failure, it's feedback. So something's going wrong, change it. Change it. Weekends matter too, but in an all or nothing way, you've got to stop. Yeah, Chris, use the kids as weight. Start where you are right now. Any day is Monday. Any day is the first day of the week. So it doesn't really matter. I don't consider the days of the week as Monday to Sunday. I consider them as day 1, day 2, day 3. There's 7 days to demolish life. Pick the day what you want to start. Monday is just one of those things. It's like, oh, people go, thank God it's Friday. There's still 2 days to go. Don't have that mentality in your head. Is wine sabotaging my fat loss? Look, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not for alcohol, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it at all. Do I tell people that I coach not to drink it? No, definitely, it's your choice. A glass here and there is not going to really do too much damage. We're talking 100, 120 calories a glass. If you've done all your work during the day, it's okay to have one. It's just when you have a bottle, plus the cheese, plus the bickies, plus the late night snacking, generally when you've had too much wine, that's when it becomes an issue. Alcohol is a depressant. It disrupts sleep. It increases your cravings, and it slows muscle recovery as well. So choose the moment when you want to have it. Don't create it a habit. Can I get fit by just walking? Depends what your definition of fit is. So a lot of people consider being fit with losing weight, or mine is fitness is kind of like your aerobic type of capacity. So can you get healthy by just walking? Is probably, or can you lose weight by just walking? Yeah, you definitely can. Walking is a superpower in disguise. It helps burn fat, reduce stress, protects your joints because it's very light on, and most of us can do it. If you are 20 to 30 kilos overweight, technically you are performing resistance training. So you are lifting weights while you're walking. If you are at a maintenance level, add a hill, put a weight vest on, pick up the pace for a little bit more aerobic work. But walking counts, man. Walking definitely counts. So walk as much as you can. Hey, Teresa, how do I eat healthy when my family won't? All right, cool. Now, if you've got picky kids or a picky partner and they don't want to be on the health train with you, it's totally fine. The best thing I can tell my clients is make one base meal and build around it. Now, what I mean by that is protein and veg for yourself, and then add the extras for the rest of them. Okay, like maybe it's chips, or maybe it's I don't know, rice or pasta that you might not want to fit in with your calories. So make a base meal and then build around it with your picky ones. Don't fight them, just be consistent, right? They'll notice you being a lot more healthier. And sometimes they will go, oh, look, I'm looking at what mum or dad's eating. I might eat that now. So you're allowed to eat differently and still eat with your family and friends. It's even when you go to a party and people are offering you snacks and you say no, and then you're trying to lose weight again, or you're on the health kick. It's your choice. Okay, it's your choice. You're allowed to eat differently. You're allowed to eat how you want to eat. Just pick a base meal, which is your protein and veggies and fiber and carbs, and then work around them. Maybe chuck some sauce on it for the kids. How do I train when I'm completely unfit and feel embarrassed? Look, I get it. When we're overweight and we don't like the reflection in the mirror, we don't have any confidence. So I absolutely understand. The best thing you can do is start at home. Start in your living room, grab a YouTube workout, get some resistance bands, use your body weight. Do shorter sessions to build confidence and conditioning. So if you're not sure about a few things, do 15 or 20-minute sessions first to get used to the movement. Just walk for now. If you are, like I said, 20 or 30 kilos overweight, technically you are resistance training. So just walk a bit more for now. The other thing is no one at the gym gives a shit, right? They're there to work on themselves. It's hard when it's intimidating. You've got people that are at a place maybe you want to be at, and they're looking at you in the mirror, and they're technically not looking at you. They're looking at themselves. It's hard to not be embarrassed and feel shy. So they're too busy looking at themselves and their form. Progress isn't loud, it's personal. So do something that makes you feel comfortable. And when you get to a point where you are a lot more confident, then you can start going to the gym and you won't feel so embarrassed. What's the easiest way to boost protein without tracking? Build your meals around the protein as your first choice. Start every meal with, where's the protein? If for guys, it's around about 250, 300 grams of protein. Girls, it's usually 150 or to 200 grams. So a good rule of thumb is a good fistful of protein is generally around that. So that's a good way to look at how much protein you're going to get. Eggs, tuna, chicken, yogurt, beans, have them on rotation. They're really, really good. Add an extra scoop of protein powder into your oats or your yogurt, or maybe a smoothie. That'll give you a big boost. But as I said, a palm size roughly of protein at every meal is around about 200 and 250 grams ish, depending on the size of your fist. We'll make sure that's the caveat. How do I avoid eating like a garbage truck when I get home from work? Really good question. Don't skip lunch or undereat during the day. Most people are the same. We're so busy with work, we forget to eat. Make sure you eat. Set reminders on your watch or your phone, so you're not skipping. If you're having enough protein at breakfast, morning tea, and lunch and afternoon tea, you will definitely be reasonably full, so you won't be going for the snacky snacks when you get home. Have a pre-dinner snack or a big glass of water to fill you up, like maybe a protein shake or a boiled egg or something like that. Plan dinner ahead, even if it's only a 10-minute meal. So make sure you've got something ready for when you get home. Hangry you is not a rational decision maker. So if you are hungry and angry at the same time, yeah, you will definitely go for the snacky snacks. So have some stuff available for home. Most of the time you're thirsty, so have some water that will suppress your appetite for a little bit. And that's probably a good way of not just barreling down like a garbage truck when you get home. Okay. Do I need supplements? If you are deficient in something and you've had blood tests and it's confirmed maybe low iron, yeah, then definitely you do. But if you are eating enough good proteins, good fiber, good carbohydrates, generally you're getting enough vitamins and minerals from eating whole foods. So for me, I would rather food first. Hey, Renee, food first is the most important part. Supplements are, well, they're supplementing what you're missing. Protein powder is a fantastic supplement for increasing your protein with a very low calorie count. Magnesium is really good for recovery. Omega-3s, in case you're not eating enough, say salmons or fishes and stuff like that. Multivitamins is really good if, as a backup plan, if you are not eating enough fiber, which is generally the case with most people. Creatine, well, that's it's that'd be a staple in my diet for sure. Yeah, that's probably about all I would worry about. Caffeine as a pre-workout would be the only other thing that I'd probably suggest. Most other stuff, if it's working for you, take it, but you're pissing out most of it, so it's kind of like a waste of money. Supplements fill gaps. They're not a shortcut for getting whole foods. So I would aim for most of my vitamins and minerals through whole foods first. If you are deficient, then listen to a doctor and get something that'll increase whatever you're deficient in. How do I actually get 10,000 steps? People are like, it's daunting because 10,000 steps could be, for some people, an 8 to 10K walk. And it does seem like a long way. Break it up if you can. If you can go for 2 30-minute walks a day or 4 15-minute walks a day, it'll definitely boost it up there. Most people get about 3 to 4,000 steps a day during work. If you're at home sat on a desk, you're probably only getting 2,000. So you got to make it part of your routine. Park further away, take the stairs. If you got a phone call, get up and walk around. Push the pram or chase your kids. If you're at a kid's, say, soccer training, walk around the oval while you're waiting for them. There's no point in just sitting there in the car and mindlessly scrolling. You may as well get out and get healthy. A good rule of thumb is 1,000 steps. 10 minutes of walking is about 1,000 steps. So if you did an extra 30 minutes a day, you would get an extra 3,000 steps. You'll get you pretty close to the 10,000. Is 10,000 necessary? No. All the research out there shows about 8,500 is pretty much bang on, but 10 is a good little number to have to get enough extra calories up your sleeve. It's less about steps, but more about getting off your ass and moving. So whatever you can do to move more during the day is going to benefit you. What do I do when I just don't feel like it? The best thing I can say here is Mike Tyson once said, do the shit you hate doing, but do it like you love it. Make it part of your routine. If you do something with a smile, generally you'll get through it pretty well. Stop making it feel like a chore. If you get to train, then add it into your diary and make it an appointment, so you will not forget to do it. Motivation isn't reliable. Habit and discipline is. Okay, so what would the future version of you right now say to yourself if you're not doing that thing? Energy follows action. If you have a goal, break it down, get consistent, put the habits in place, and it won't feel like a chore. I can't train 7 days a week. Is 2 to 3 enough? Look, gone are the days where you should be training 7 days a week unless you're an athlete or somebody that has a huge goal in mind. In my 7 or 8 years in health and wellness, I think 3 days, probably sometimes even 2, is enough in terms of resistance training for fat loss. If you can get in 2 or 3 solid full body sessions, 45 minutes to an hour per week, you can maintain a decent body. You can build a decent amount of muscle, so you can eat a lot more food and not put on so much weight. So if you can utilize compound lifts in there, which will hit multiple body parts, like we just said before, get off your ass and walking more during the week, be more consistent, hitting high frequency reps, making sure you're actually going through proper movement, form, all that stuff. If you can do your training really, really well and be intentional and get the bang for buck out of it, I'm not saying you have to be sore all the time. You will definitely be able to maintain a decent body. How do I stop eating like my 15-year-old? It is a lot harder for us people in our 40s plus to lose weight really quick. We do not have a body growing metabolism like our 16-year-olds do. My 15 or 16-year-old son is growing really tall and eats everything in front of him and sometimes more. Their metabolism's different. So you're not growing any longer, you're maintaining. It's a big difference. So be conscious about portion sizes. That's what I would be saying. You can't eat like your 16 or 15-year-old. You need to maintain your portion control. You're not in competition with your metabolism, so don't fight against it. Lead by example. Um, Make sure that your portion sizes are correct. Make sure that you're weighing your food. If you want to be conscious about how you're going to lose weight, it's all about your calories. So budget for whatever you've got per day and just make sure you can fit it all in there. Increase your protein intake per day and you generally won't be as hungry. Is resistance training still safe for me at 60 plus years of age? 1 billion %. It's even, I could go and say it's essential. Over the age of 40, we lose 1% of our muscle mass per year, and the only way to get it back is by doing some form of resistance training. So it's good for your bones, it's good for your strength, it's good for your energy, and it's good for aging. You want to be the oldest person in the gym, not the youngest person in the aged care facility. Okay, start with the basics, get proper form out. Use body weight and resistance bands first and foremost, or lighter dumbbells. Don't ego lift, especially if you're older. It's not about lifting heavy. It's about lifting smart. Find where your 10 reps are and crack them out and make sure the last 2 or 3 are really, really tough. That's when you need to start thinking about your lifting well. But it is essential, guys and girls. It is essential for us, especially when we get older. How do I handle weekends without blowing my progress? Okay. I don't want you to track calories for the rest of your life. I want you to understand calories for the rest of your life. What I mean by that is when it comes to the weekend, Monday to Friday, most people can stick to their deficit. Just say, for example, round figures, you're at 2,000 calories a day. You stick to it quite well. The weekend comes, you get loose because you get breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner, very high calorie. You can smack 7,000 calories on a Saturday. You can smack 7,000 on a Sunday. Then you are 6,000 calories over your deficit, which will put you, hey Sharon, which puts you out of the deficit that you've tried to all week. So if you've gone from Monday to Friday and you've put yourself into a calorie deficit quite well, you technically should be losing about half a kilo a week, and then you negate it all by smashing yourself on Saturday and Sunday. How do I handle it? Pick a meal that you want to have on the Saturday or Sunday that is high calorie, and don't even think about it and just eat it. But back off the other ones during the day and add a little bit of extra walking in, and you'll be totally fine. The moment the experience negates the calories, in my opinion, I would give up 2,000, 3,000 calories to have a great time with my family and friends and not have to worry about counting my calories. So pick a meal on Saturday or Sunday, go to town on yourself with it. Just back off the breakfast or the lunch if it's dinner and do a little bit extra walking and you'll be totally fine. I don't have a gym. What equipment do I need at home? This is a good question. Adjustable dumbbells and adjustable barbell is really, really good. Resistance bands, really, really good. A mat, great. An ab balls, probably even better. A bench if you can, just to help you out with. You can do a lot of legs and arms on benches. Like they're probably the best way to kind of set up a little gym area at home. Your body weight is a gym as it is, especially if you're overweight. So just doing push-ups, squats, lunges, planks, and things like that are good. Kettlebells even. I bought an adjustable kettlebell off Amazon, which I thought was fantastic. It goes from, I think, 4 kilos up to 18. It's got these little plates that pop out. It's really, really helpful. You don't need to be fancy. You just need to start. Okay. There's people in jail cells that can keep getting themselves fit by just doing bodyweight exercises. So you don't have to have the most fanciest setup at home. You just have to have some stuff to get you moving. What if my progress is painfully slow? I think slow progress is sustainable. Anything that you see these fucking idiots online on Instagram and shit that are promoting quick fat loss and, I can shred you 20 kilos in 12 weeks are promoting a high calorie deficit that isn't sustainable. And most people put the weight back on quickly. Slow progress equals sustainable change. You're unlearning years of habit, so you've got to give it time. If you have destroyed your metabolism for, say, 20 years of just eating mindlessly, it's going to take a little bit of time to get that metabolism back on track. So focus on what's improving, not just what's ahead. Okay, repeating slow is still progress in your head really, really helps. Slow progress is sustainable, in my opinion. I don't want you to start losing 4 kilos a week because you are malnourishing yourself. Half a kilo is the healthy weight range per week to lose weight. So just remember, slow progress is sustainable change. How do I stop feeling guilty about taking time for myself? This is really, really hard because, hey, Mel, good morning. Good morning, Jules. How are you? Didn't see you guys over there. How do I stop feeling guilty about taking time for myself? This is really, really hard, especially with mum and dad guilt, because we're taking an hour or so out of our day away from our family. And I totally understand that. But it comes down to what is your why? What is your why? If your why is I'm doing it for my kids, my partner, my grandkids, my friends, my friends, you're kidding yourself. You've got to be doing it for you. It is okay to be selfish. You're not being selfless. You're not just doing everything just for you. You're taking a little bit of time out to just focus on yourself to become better. There is nothing better than your friends and family getting the best version of you because you've worked on yourself. You are just recharging. Okay, time for you equals better energy for everybody else. So if you want to be at your best for everyone, you need to work on yourself, and that means you have to allocate yourself some time per day. Don't feel guilty about it. It's your life. You've got one to live. Live it the way you need to live. How do I eat healthy on a tight budget? Frozen veggies are great. Canned stuff is good. Eggs, tuna are budget friendly, except for maybe eggs these days are starting to go up a bit. Buy in bulk if you can. Buy a cow and get it cut up is heaps cheaper. Cook in batches. Don't throw out your leftovers. Keep them and use them for the next day. Don't buy organic because they are a lot pricier. If you are health conscious about, pesticides and all that shit, yeah, fair enough, go and do it. And if you want to waste the extra money, the nutritional value is pretty much the same. Skip the superfood shit. Like basic whole foods win every time. Like don't listen to the marketing scams. Healthy doesn't mean expensive. It's just intentional. Okay, so prepare ahead. Don't just shop when you're hungry because you'll end up buying more stuff. Be intentional. Write your list out and only stick to the basics. I want to quit again. What do I do? Take a breath and recalibrate. Not everything needs quitting. Sometimes it's just failing a little bit and starting over from where you were off. So reflect on what's actually hard. Is it the plan? Is it your goals? Maybe your expectation levels a little bit too high. Reassess those. Excuse me. Go back to the simplest version that felt doable. If you are pushing yourself too hard or doing things that you're out of your bracket, it will be a lot harder to do, and generally you will fail a lot more at them. You won't come back to them. So start with the basics first. Quitting restarts the cycle. Just pivot instead. So we don't want to quit. We just want to stop, take assessment of what's happened. If we failed, we just start from where we fell off the horse and get back on again and move from there. Last but not least, what's one rule I can live by for long-term health? Don't do anything to lose weight that you're not willing to do to keep it off. I think that's probably one of the best things that I've ever heard. Don't do anything to lose weight that you're not willing to do to keep it off. Build your plan like it's permanent. If it's miserable, it's not sustainable. Long-term wins come from livable choices. All right, keep that in mind. You get to be healthy. It's not, I have to be healthy. You get to be healthy. You've got one body, you've got one opportunity at life. Look after it and treat it the best you can. It's the only house that you've got forever and ever and ever. So, don't do anything to lose weight that you were not willing to do to keep it off. Make it sustainable. All right, lovely people. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to flip off. If you've got any questions like people did last week, thank you for sending those through. I really appreciate it. Send me a DM, make a comment in the post and let me know if there's anything you took away from today. Apart from that, enjoy your Tuesday and have a great rest of the week.